One side, you're going to put f of g of x. The other side, g of f of x. Okay? So go ahead and write that down. Okay? You want to try and solve any, or you want to do one together right now? I know, it's Tuesday morning, but what do we want to do? You want me to go over one? Yeah? Okay. So, remember, on this side, the left side, what is my first function? What do we see first? Do I see f or do I see g? F, thank you. F is 6x. Right? Then, what function am I plugging in? What's inside my parentheses? What? Good, g of x. So what am I plugging in here? What's g of x? Good. Now here, remember here, right, on this spot, that x disappears, right? We no longer have that x in there. Our function is taking over for that x. Okay? So right here, this x goes away. Okay? Now what's my next step after I plug in? Distribute, good. 6 times 3x. 18x, good. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other. What's 6 times 1? Good, this is my answer. 18x plus 6 is my answer. Okay? All right, now I'm going to go to the other side. Right? I have g of f of x. What function do I see first? G. What's my g? 3x plus 1. Good. What am I plugging in? What function am I plugging in? What's in my parentheses? Huh? Good. So 3 times 6x plus 1. Okay, what's my next step? Distribute. What am I distributing? Someone yell it out. 3 times 6x. What's 3 times 6x? Now, am I distributing to this one? No. That 1 is not in my parentheses, right? So I'm not distributing. So I'm just keeping it plus 1. Okay? That's my answer. 18x plus 1. Okay? Guys online, can you see the board? Or do I need to move it? One of you yell out. Anyone online, unmute yourself. Can you see the board?
I can.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
You're all set, right?
All good.
Good. Thank you.
All good. Thank you. Okay. Is your guy? Now, let's see why this won't stay. Okay. Oh, let's stay. I'm just going to erase it. Okay, on to the next one. Now, here, number 5. I'm going to try and get it as big as possible without cutting things off. Okay, so now this is important. Now, what did we learn last week? Before we learned composition, what was the lesson that we learned? Function. Starts with a no.
Operation.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're doing a little bit of both. So that's why we learned function operations first, okay? But now, instead of just adding my functions with x, we're composing functions, okay? So we're going to use 2 as a number, okay? So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to see that this here is saying f of 2 plus g of 2. Does everyone see that? Remember how it used to be, when we were doing function operations, it said f of x plus g of x? Remember? Now what do you think we're doing? If I have f of 2 plus g of 2, what do you think I'm going to do? What am I going to plug in? Because remember, composition, we're plugging something in. What number am I plugging in? 2, okay? So, What is my f of x? Good, so 2x, I'm going to put that here. And what's my g of x? X plus 4. Okay, but now we have to plug something in. So what am I going to plug in? You just told me. What number? 2, right? Every time I see an x, I'm plugging in 2. Okay? So go ahead and plug your numbers in. Okay, so that should look like that. Now, with composition, the most important thing to remember is Pemdas, right? So what's my first step in Pemdas? Parentheses. What's inside my parentheses? Two. That's it. 2 plus 4. What's 2 plus 4? 6. What's my next step? Huh? Good. What's 2 times 2? Good. And then I'm going to write down 6. What's 4 plus 6? 10. Good job. Okay? So now we're just using function operations, but we're plugging numbers in. Okay? So, same thing with subtraction. Rather than adding now, we're going to subtract. Okay? So I do need one of you guys just to yell out to me when I am ready what h of and g of is, okay? So how I'm going to set this up. H of 2 minus g of 2, okay? Now somebody else tell me what h is, because I can't see it. 5 minus x. Okay, 5 minus x. Now with subtraction, what's important? What do I need? Who said it? Parentheses. What's g of x? Someone yell it out. X plus 4. Now what am I going to do? What am I plugging in? 2. Every time I see an x. 5 minus 2. Now, let's do something first. Because I forgot, right? What do I have to do with subtraction? Yeah, flip the signs, right? So I'm going to make it easier on us. I'm going to flip them before I plug anything in, okay? So minus x minus 4. Everyone see what I did there? No? Yeah? Good? Good? Now what am I plugging in? Good, 2. So, soda at 7:45?
It's not soda, I drink soda.
No. Still, it's a lot of bubbles for your stomach. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, so, plugging in. 5 minus 2 minus 2 minus 4. What's going to happen there? Now, before you tell me, if you want to plug this in, you can. So we could have plugged in 2 here, right? Solved, and got 6, and then just took minus 6. We're just doing an extra step. This would have been minus 6, okay? Whichever way you want to do, if you want to distribute like I did first, you're more than welcome to. If you want to put the numbers in here first, and then take your negative, more than welcome to. Yep, we did. All right? It was positive x, positive 4. Now they're both negative. So, someone give me the answer. It's all numbers there. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3. Let's try again. Yeah, negative 3. Yeah. Good job. Okay? We good there? Is anyone confused? Give me a hand. Online, anyone confused? Give me a hand if you need. Or yell out. Take yourself off mute. If not, I'm going to go ahead and go on. Okay. All right. Do I have another one or am I on the next page? Next page? Okay. Now, let's see. Let's zoom into here. You guys are going to have to read it off to me again from the front page, okay? All right, so now, what operation is this? Good. So f of, oh, that is ugly. Of course. Okay, so I have f of, do we want to plug in 2 or do we want to plug in x? Doesn't matter, okay? Times h of 2. Somebody tell me what f of x is. Oh, this is going to die. Huh? 2x or 3x? What's on the front page? The first page. Turn your page around. I just need that operation. 3x? 2x. 2x times, what's h of x? H of x. Thank you. 5 minus x. What's my next step now? What do I need to plug in? What number am I plugging in? 2, thank you. So 2 times 2 times 5 minus 2. Once again, PEMDAS, first step. Yep, and which parentheses am I going to do first? Does it matter? Not really, right? So 4 times, what's in this parentheses? And what's 5 minus 2? And then what's 4 times 3? 12. Good. Now, with division, I know we had talked about just putting one on top of another, but when we're doing it with numbers, you can solve, okay? Because you're using numbers, so now you're just going to divide. Okay, so what's my h of x? So we're going to do h of 2 all over g of 2. Somebody yell out what my h of x is, I forget. No, that was f. Huh? 5 minus x? Okay. And what's my g of x? X plus 4? Am I right there? I'm just guessing, so. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so now we can just plug and chug, okay? So, 5, every time I see an x, minus 2, all over 2 plus 4. What's 5 minus 2? What's 6 plus 4? What's 2 plus 4? Just gave you the answer. Okay? 3 over 6. Can this be reduced? Yes. To what? 2. Good. That's your answer, right? Because 3 can fit into both of these numbers. Okay? All right. Now, I want you to go and do the 6 on your own at the bottom. Okay? Just stop at 6. I'm going to walk around if you need help, okay? Guys online, go ahead and do this. I'm going to turn my iPad off, but go ahead. I'll stay on if you have any questions. Go ahead and do those next 6 on the worksheet. If you don't have that in front of you, it's on Google Classroom, okay? Everybody unmute themselves or give me a thumbs up in the chat that you understood. Thank you, Carlos. Not you. Guys, give me thumbs up if you know. You can react on here. Up in the left corner. Elise, Tori, Una, are we good? You can either unmute yourself or give me a thumbs up.
I'm good.
Thank you. How about the other 2? Thank you, Tori. Go ahead and do those 6, okay? I'll be around. I'll walk around if you need my help. So this one was operations. So this one's just going to read it loud. just function operation, okay? We've already done those. Just function operation. You don't need, so 5 and 6, I'm going to just say it loud enough so they can hear me. 5 and 6 is just function operation, so you're not plugging anything in because there's already, your x is in parentheses. So I think the bottom two say, let me look. So for that bottom two, you're just doing f of x plus g of x, and then g of x plus g of x. Okay? Guys online, if you have questions, just unmute yourself and yell out, okay? Pause this. Let's do the first one. So I have f of x of g of x. F of g of x. That's how we say that, right? So this means, what's my first function? What do I see first, f or g? Thank you. I see f. What's f? Thank you. Now, remember, this right here means that we're plugging in g of x. We're not multiplying, right? These are composition. The first four are compositions. We're not, there's no operations being done there. Okay? So, what am I plugging in for x? What function am I plugging in? Huh? Thank you. I'm plugging in g of x every time I see an x, okay? So my g of x is 4x, okay? So every time I see an x, I'm plugging in 4x. Now, what's my next step? Good. What's 3 times 4x? And I just leave this alone, this one alone, okay? That's my answer for that one. Now, this next one, it's okay to see g of x. All that means is we're just plugging in g of x to g of x, okay? Don't freak out when you think it's a mistake. Nope, that's there for a reason, okay? So, somebody tell me what my first function is. What do I see first? Thank you, I can only see g in this one, right? But now, I need to plug in what's in here every time I see an x. So, here, it's important to remember that this x right there goes away, okay? When you plug in for an x, that x goes away. So we shouldn't see 4x times 4x, okay? Everywhere I saw an x, I plugged in g of x to get 4x. Now, what's 4 times 4x? Thank you. Do we have questions on those two? Raise your hand if you do, please. If you don't understand, please ask. Online, any questions? If you do, have to take yourself off mute. If not, stay quiet. Good? Okay. On to the next two. Okay, then this first one, what's my first function? What? G, and what's G? Thank you. Now, what am I plugging in? Someone yell it out. What's inside the parentheses? Good, because 3x minus 1 is equal to 4 is f of x, right? So every time I see an x, I am plugging in f of x. F of x is 3x minus 1. What's my next step? Good, to distribute. What's 4 times 3x? Thank you. And what's 4 times... Thank you. Ooh. That should be my answer. Okay? Now, same thing that we did with g of x, we're now going to do with f of x. Okay? So, what's the first thing I see? F, right? I can only see f. So I'm going to write down 3x plus 1. Now, I look inside my parentheses. Sorry. Minus 1. Thank you. My bad, 3x minus 1. Okay? Now, I highlighted here, right here in this circle. Now I just highlighted over it. Whatever is in my parentheses is what I'm plugging in. So what function am I plugging in? What am I plugging in? No, I'm not plugging in 4x. Look. Thank you. I have to plug in f of x. Okay? I know you already have your f of x here. But whatever's in the middle, we have to plug in. So if this in the parentheses says f of x, then we're plugging in f of x into f of x. Okay? So every time I see an x, somebody yelled it out, I'm plugging in 3x minus 1. What did I forget? Good, I did that on purpose. I don't want you guys to forget that minus 1. Okay? What's my next step? Distribute, good. What's 3 times x? Good. Whatever I do to one term, I have to do the other. What's 3 times negative 1? And I can't forget this. What are my like terms here? Good, minus 4. Everyone see how we got minus 4?
Wait, yeah, because it's negative 3 minus 1.
Good. Okay. On to the last two. Now here, remember, we are just, when you have an x in these parentheses, like this, you're just following the operation. Okay? You're not plugging anything in because your x is already plugged in. Sound good? So, what operation am I using here? Addition. Good. What's f of x?
As 3x minus 1.
Good. 3x minus 1 plus, what's g of x? I'm not plugging anything into x. Okay? This x here tells me I'm not plugging anything in. I'm just adding. So what's my next step? Huh? Combine like terms, good. What's 3x plus 4x?
7x.
Don't forget to bring down your minus 1. Okay? That's for number 5. Same thing with 6. What operation am I using?
This one.
Okay, now, it's okay that they're the same thing, right? If all I'm adding is 4x plus 4x. Now, these are like terms, right? Please make sure that you don't multiply the 4s. We're adding. So what's 4x plus 4x? Good. And there's no parentheses, right? Because we're adding. We're not nothing with the, no exponents, correct? We're adding. So the exponent stays.
Wait, can you go up to the 3?
Guys online, we're just going to do a little activity after this. You guys can get off, and I will upload the activity to Google Classroom, and you can just do the problems at home, okay? We're going to play a game in class, but it's going to be too hard for you guys to kind of contribute. So we're going to I'm going to put the thing up on Google Classroom as we speak, and you guys can do a couple problems, okay? Thank you for coming on. I took attendance. Okay? So you guys can go ahead and log off on there. Thank you.